Hello and welcome to episode number 45 of Comment Chaos Live with me, Christian Rauchenwald, the show where we take a look at the comments I receive on my YouTube channel to answer questions that other users or other viewers have and that you might have as well. As always, you can also leave your own questions that you have that I haven't answered in one of my videos in the chat below, and we'll get to them after we finish taking a look at the comments that we received on the YouTube channel. Now, besides that, as usual, obviously the usual disclaimer applies. Everything that I share in this live stream / video, depending if you're watching it live now or if you watch it later as a recording, is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions, and make your own decisions. Now, that said, I hope you all had a great week so far. And what else is there before we jump into the comments? If you noticed, I'm gonna share real quick, so hold up 1 second. If you noticed, there is a new video I published recently, or actually there were two. The first one was an update about Bondex, so Bondex Network. I'm going to share the link, so in case you haven't seen it and you're using Bondex Network. However, I want to point out, so in the update I'm showing, actually, if you give me a second, I will actually share my screen so we can cover some things there as well. 1 second, just need let's view, and here I need let's view, and so let's view is firing up. Yeah, is it? Yep, there it is. So refresh. Yep, let's view. Okay, there we go. Yeah, remind me later about the update. And there we go. There we go, move that, and if I now press that magic button here that says, what does the button say, iPhone app? Then, here we are, hide the message. So that's how Bondex looks now. Instead of saying BNDX, it says now bond points. And honestly, I could not find any official announcement about that change, as I pointed out in the video that I just shared in the chat. One of our community members on Discord actually mentioned that apparently the CEO of Bondex mentioned that they changed that for regulatory reasons, and that there will be a way to redeem the bond points for BNDX tokens, because otherwise that would be it's not a rug pull, but another huge change or going back on the promises made for users. So that's about Bondex, so you can check out the video. Remains to be seen if that happens, how it happens, and so on. I'm not sure if I believe the regulatory issue thing, because other projects also don't have a problem with that. But worst case, basically the BNDX you earned in the app turned into some in-app currency that you can use to interact with Bondex, which obviously isn't the same as getting a cryptocurrency. Best case, there is a way to eventually swap them one-to-one again to then actual BNDX tokens. Either way, as I shared in the video, personally, I will keep using the app until there is solid information. So not just something said in an AMA maybe, but something that's written somewhere officially and that either states, okay, we get BNDX tokens as it was shown in the previous version of the app, or it says, sorry guys, you're screwed, we don't give you anything. Then additionally, copying another link real quick. So additionally, we have we had another video, and that's about High Dollars debit card, how to get it. That video was for July 6th, so it's also within the last week. Well, and yesterday I actually got it. So here it is. Here's the package for the High Dollar card, and a little bit tricky. That's how High's Platinum card looks like. A little unfortunate that the camera is set to auto blur everything that's not me, but basically that's how the card looks, the metal one. And another video about High, I actually wanted to publish it yesterday, that will cover more of now, let's quick, basically High's history, what they did well, what they did wrong, and what I personally think about the project at the moment and what future it has. Will go probably live today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, still have to finish a few details there. or Irina actually has to finish a few details there. So, and you should definitely check it out. So it doesn't matter if you're already invested in high dollar and you, like me, have been suffering from a token that went like this, or if you're looking into the project because maybe you also want to get one of those cards. Yeah, there will definitely be a short video that shows the card in a little bit more detail, and probably then a video that basically points out if really focuses on the benefits the card still offers and if it's worth it or not. But for that, the team still has to implement a few changes, and so it will take, I don't know, like for the card detail video, if it's still worth it or so, can only happen once the team finishes those changes, which are scheduled for July. So we might actually manage to still get that video in July, but more likely the team will probably deliver at the end of July, and then we'll talk about a video that focuses on the card benefits and so on in August. Yeah, that's it in terms of the videos, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, like for now. And with that, we jump into Agora Pulse, the tool we are using to manage our social media, which you can find linked in the description down below if you also have some social media profiles to manage. As always, we go back 6 days, so we cover the comments from the last week to hopefully give you the answers that you are looking for. And again, if you are looking for other answers or you have different questions, then just write them in the chat and I'll be happy to address them as well. So first one, I've changed my lockup duration to 2 weeks. Now when I checked my history in PyMainet, it still shows locked for 3 years. Yeah, that's obviously a no-brainer because the lockup obviously is something that you set, and then the lockup is set, and that's affecting your current coins that are migrated. And then when you change your lockup settings, it only affects future migration. Yeah, I have to say, I'm a little bit baffled by how often people ask, how can I unlock it early? I changed my settings. Why does it not unlock and so on? I mean, it's like they don't even read. It's like they don't even pay attention, and they don't even think, because like if I pick a 2-year lockup, I don't know, maybe they don't have any experience with crypto and staking or so. That's also possible. Yeah, but if I pick a 2-year lockup or a 2-year staking term, I understand that only once those 2 years are over will I get access to those tokens or coins. Yeah. So point is, whatever lockup setting you have in the Pi app, it will affect your next migration. And then after that migration, especially with the first migration, after that migration, you can update the lockup settings and it will then affect the next migration, which, I think nobody yet has had a second migration, because the migration process still is manually in Pi Network, and it will eventually be automated. But as always with Pi Network, things just take time. Jumping back, here we are. Okay. So that's thank you. Keep on doing this. On an old video about that withdrawals with Pi Network aren't possible and why you still should hold and so on. Obviously, if you end up on one of my older videos about Pi Network, make sure to also just go to the channel, go to playlists. So if you are on the channel, so with YouTube channel, not podcasts, playlist, and then there is a Pi Network playlist, and if you check that out, then basically make sure to scroll down where the newest videos are and make sure to catch up with the newest videos as well, so you have up-to-date information. Because obviously something, while some parts that are shared here or here or here and so on are still relevant, other parts obviously changed, or there's new information or new features and so on. So while you don't have to watch every single video, because not all of them might be relevant to you, but definitely make sure to check out the latest videos so you also have the latest information. And ideally, obviously, like, subscribe, enable notifications so you also get updates when there's new content. And so that's that. Is it a scam or not? About Stormgain, I think I've covered Stormgain already, so I'm gonna actually, since I have the phone connected, quickly switch to the iPhone again. So Stormgain is really, really cool. I'm gonna share the link with you guys real quick. So that would be that one. Stormgain has this cool mining feature, so where basically every 4 hours you can push this button and it mines, in quotes, cloud mines Bitcoin for you, which you see as USDT. Now right now, because I just withdrew $10, not to my wallet but to the bonus balance, I have again 1 USDT cent, and it depends, probably takes you a couple of weeks until you reach the 10 USDT that you can then withdraw, and they go to your bonus balance. So you see then active bonus would then be 10 USDT, and then you can use that. You cannot withdraw the bonus, so that's the important part, but you can use that bonus to then trade. Like I'm here currently having small positions in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then if you have any profit there, you can then withdraw the profit. You obviously have to consider the minimum withdrawal and so on. Maybe we'll see my XRP history. I think XRP is what I withdrew or not. That's like asset for exchange. There, yeah. So you see, for example, here I withdrew 400 XRP. And also withdrew XLM at some point and so on. So definitely cool, because it gets you to try out trading without actually having to risk your own money. Yes, you need patience. So ideally, I have a reminder that is set in the iOS reminder list for every 4 hours. So every 4 hours, I'm reminded that I should check the app and push that button again, so that I, as fast as possible, when I'm awake, reach the next bonus amount to withdraw. And then you can basically trade with that. And if you make profits, cool. If you don't make profits, well, you didn't lose your own money, and it didn't really take a lot of your time, because it's really just pushing that button. If you press it once per day, it also works, but obviously since you can press it every 4 hours, it goes faster. Now, jumping back, next one. High dollar. Yeah, so the video about the cashback card, somebody says 1 year of dump. Yeah, I pointed out it's actually not 1 year of dump, but it's 18 months. And that, there will be a new video that covers all of that and so on. I said later today, probably. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's also about that. Submitted KYC is still waiting to be verified. When I go to Pi browser and then on KYC, I get a blank screen. Yeah, honestly, I have not heard of that issue. Best thing with issues like that is if you go to the Pi Network subreddit on reddit.com and share it there. And then you basically hopefully get help there, or try using a different phone, try disabling private DNS if you're on an iPhone, try instead of using Wi-Fi, using your mobile connection, or vice versa. So those would be the go-to fixes for most issues. But either way, best solution is to ask in Pi Network subreddit, because there somebody might have had the issue and nobody knows the solution. Next comment, Hi is a scam. All my mining is gone because I'm in the USA. Hi is obviously not a scam. The project is obviously hugely mismanaged, and the token value has been falling for, I said, 18 months straight. But it sucks if you lost your rewards, but that didn't happen because Hi is a scam. It happened because Hi implemented regulations that apply for the US, and they are simply legally not allowed to offer certain features for you, and sadly those features would have been needed to unlock those rewards. While it sucks, I really get that you have something. It also sucks when we have project like, I don't know, Sparax Play, where suddenly the project shuts down, or other projects where you think you'll get something and then everything changes. But Hi is, like I said, check my video later today. It's actually a longer video, but it covers really everything you need to know about it. So and should help you make a decision if it's worth following the project, maybe even investing in the project or not. I have an issue with my Pi wallet. Anytime I put somebody's wallet to send by, it tells me that the sender address doesn't exist. I also haven't seen that issue, but now that I think about it, might be if we switch in the Pi wallet app for a second. So iPhone. And then if you're in the Pi browser and you go to wallet.pi, and then you unlock it with your passphrase or your Face ID, and then there, if you were to go to send and you enter an address, I think the only way where it might say address invalid, although it shouldn't because the address should be the same, would be if you're trying to send to a testnet address on the mainnet or vice versa. But again, technically the wallet address should be the same, so that's probably also not the reason. Again, then probably best place Pi Network subreddit to get an answer from the community that might already have had this issue. Need to review Bitcoin Hunter and Second Bitcoin. Well, technically, I don't need to review anything. I appreciate the projects that get shared. Just to be clear, we also had somebody. No, go there. We also had somebody yesterday in our community share a few projects and then in quotes complain that he also shared Core DAO with me and I didn't look at it and whatnot and so on. I really appreciate when you guys point out, hey, there's a new project. But it doesn't mean that I will look at it. It's not that I don't want to look at it. It's just that I don't have the time. First of all, this YouTube channel is not my main job, source of income or whatever. It's something I do on the side. Second of all, I'm already involved in so many projects. And as you can see, even though I'm trying to provide updates, like we still haven't had an update about TimeStope in ages. We still haven't had an update about B Network in ages and so on. So I'm like really doing my best to follow up on the projects and provide you with updates, which is an important point in my opinion, because I could, if I would only care about my own results, I would sign up for every project out there. I would always only make here's a review, and always use my referral link, And then in all those projects, I would get a ton of referrals, like maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000 referrals, But then I wouldn't have time to look into providing updates about the project, again, because I'm not spending 40 hours or investing 40 hours per week into this channel. And even if I would do this as a full-time gig, if I cover every new project that people share with me, there would be so many new videos and you would have like 200 apps on your phone probably, exaggerating here, but yeah. And you would never know what's new in the projects because I would just share the next one with you and the next one with you. And which also would mean like for the projects that actually turn into cryptocurrencies that I would have more work with accounting, because as the pinned message tells you, I'm using Koinly to keep track of all our crypto transactions because we have to report them. But even if you don't have to report them, in my opinion, you should check out, Koinly, as said, is mentioned in the description and pinned in the chat. Because it's a great place to keep track of everything, even if you don't need to report your taxes. So you have all your coins and tokens from all your wallets listed in a nice overview, and you see exactly what's in profit, what's at the loss, and so on. So, and if you ever have to declare taxes because maybe your country introduces it, then you should be able to use the export from Koinly to make it an easy process. And I honestly, if there is one thing you take away from watching this today, I honestly recommend, even if you do not have to pay taxes right now in your country, we all know that eventually every country will collect some kind of tax on crypto. And I really recommend that from day one, you use a tool like Koinly, because I personally spent now more than $1,000 paying some agency and hours of my time to, over the last couple of months, get all our transactions since 2016, since I bought my first partial Bitcoin, or back then actually Bitcoin, because it was trading at like $300 or so, just to get everything into Koinly, so I have a proper history of all the transactions. If I would have thought about it earlier and Koinly would have existed and so on, I really would have done it from day one to just avoid that headache. And it's also a reason why I'm getting pickier with projects that I even cover, because every new project that gives me crypto in any form, I have to account for it properly. And if that project, I don't know, if that token has no listed value and so on, then things just get more complicated. Therefore, if you're doing anything with crypto, even if there are no taxes right now, check out Koinly. It's free for up to 10,000 transactions, which for most of you should be more than enough. And then you only basically pay if you need a tax export. So if there are no taxes on crypto in your country, you don't need to pay anything right now. Again, if you're below 10,000 transactions, and you have a great tool with a mobile app to keep track of all your crypto holdings and what's going up, what's going down, how much crypto you have on this exchange and in that wallet and so on. So really give it a try. Anyway, so jumping back, as much as I want to look at every project, it's a time issue, but it's also an accounting issue that I don't have the ability to look into everything and sign up for every project and then make videos about every project. And on top of that, then again, deal with accounting for every project if you indeed get a real cryptocurrency. So yeah, like yeah, as much as I want to, but that's what our Discord community is for, to be honest. That's a great place to discuss the projects that I do not cover on the channel. I have no problem if you guys on Discord discuss things like Bitcoin Hunter, Second Bitcoin, and so on. And together, I mean, if I have time, I will get involved in the discussion. But if I don't have time, together you always can also work out, is it legit? So, or are there any huge red flags like in-app purchases, missing legal information, and so on? Yeah. Yeah. Then we have some guys one guy that wanted to get hidden on the channel. Yeah. Yeah. That's about then high dollar. Bye bye. High is that. Yeah. I think that was high is that. Yeah. No, that's on Coin app. Yeah. Then I don't know what he tried to say here. Really no idea. Blah blah blah. That was the 1 year of dump, so same thing. Then we have the usual invest with that and that Forex or whatever guy. So spam thing. Do a video on some social. Yeah. I don't know if it's asking me to do a video on social media or if that's a project. Again, same thing applies. I just don't have the time. Should we? Yeah. Why is that hidden? Why is that hidden? Okay, that one I have to then, yeah, answer later. Yeah, I don't know why that got hidden. Like maybe it got auto hidden because it contains the word profit or so. But yeah, as you can see, there's a ton of projects. I mean, we already have a lot that we're covering on this channels, Eagle, Bee, Pi, and so on. But you can see also that there is ICE, then there would be CoreDAO, then there's Avive and so on. Again, like I just don't have the time to look everywhere. Yeah, why is that one hidden? That's hidden because it's the whole scam thing here. Okay. Yeah, when did the update get released? On Bondex? So apparently it might not be on Android live yet, or at least Akashi says it's not live yet. Yeah. High card. Yeah, it's available in certain countries. Check out the video to learn more. Disclaimer deserves a like on its own. I don't remember if the disclaimer back then was the same like it is today, but yeah, I'm doing my best to point out any conflict of interest and so on in my videos so that you guys know. Because obviously if I'm, for example, hugely invested in a project, as much as I try to share a neutral view, I might still end up sharing it a little bit more positive than it actually might be, because simply apparently either I like the project, yeah, or yeah, because I have an incentive for the project success. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like that's why we have disclaimers for. I have questions about 3 weeks. I use Pi Network. Is there a KYC limit date? No, right now we don't have KYC limits, so you can. We just have the requirement. Sorry. If you're a new user in Pi Network, you have to be active for 30 days and then you can apply for KYC. And after that, KYC is basically open for everyone with very, very few exceptions. I made a video about that as well. If you cannot start your KYC, again, just check the channel. And yeah, then after that, later, there will be a KYC limit that you should do it within 6 months. And then it will basically be, if you don't do KYC within 6 months, you just lose the coins that you earned earlier than 6 months. So there will always be then a rolling 6-month period, and everything that happened before will just disappear if you don't apply and complete KYC. I mean, apply at least. I'm not sure if you have to get it completed within the 6 months, but you have to at least apply it. Yeah. I hope Pi enables us to convert our high coins to other cryptocurrencies if needed. I'm honestly not sure if that will come. Well, spend to earn will come, which technically means people will be able to sell their high coins in the app, but it's also possible that the team integrates it so that you cannot sell high coins in the app as it is right now. So like right now you also cannot sell them, but that it's just an automated process that will sell high coins for you when you use the card and set the card to use your high to pay for your transactions. Curious to see that. As said, like updates about that will come once the team has, hopefully as announced in July, implemented those changes. Yeah. Do a video on Live Miner token, Alpha Network, Star Network, Crypto Dragons, Crypto Cats. Yeah, so you can see there are just so many projects. I really appreciate that you guys share them, but even if I wanted to, I don't have the time to look at all of them. Yeah. So, or despite then even like look at them, do the research, and then make a video about it. And there is an important difference here, because like if I were to sign up for a project, I don't even have to do research. I install the app, I create my account. If I think it's like maybe shady. I don't do it on my main phone, but do it on our spare Android phone, yeah. And that's it. And I just keep pushing the button or do whatever, and there is no worry. But if I make a video about it, then I actually have to do more research. It actually takes more time to look into it. Does the legal information check out? Is there even legal information? Yeah. Can I, whatever company they mention in, for example, their privacy policy, does it even exist? Yeah, and so on. So can I figure out who owns the company? Is there any history for the person of fraud or something else I can find? So it's so much higher effort to create a video, even if it seems, I know in the end it's a 6-minute video that you guys see that is like, hey, here's a new app and we're gonna check out if it's legit or if it's a waste of time. But then the effort, the hours before that go into that simple video. I also know that my videos are not like I don't know, like Hollywood quality edits and so on, yeah. But the effort that goes into for every single project, it's a lot. Yeah, it's really a lot. And so, like, as much as I want to look into every project, I just don't have the time for that. Yeah, like if all guys of you would subscribe to the channel, so like in terms of, or become a member of the channel, or not even all guys, but if like, I don't know, 10% of our subscribers would be, okay, I'm gonna support the channel with $3 per month or so, then it would be something different, because then there would be enough income from the channel to say, hey, okay, I can actually do this full time, I can focus fully on it. But with the revenue that we make from YouTube, and because I anyway prefer our software business over YouTube, to be honest, it just isn't happening. So yeah, like do a little bit of your own research and use our Discord community for the things that I don't cover, and you'll always have your answers, plus you will be part of a very nice community. It's been 3 years since Pi, since this whole crap started. There isn't a person in the world who has made a single dollar from it, and you're still telling people to do this. Yeah. That's the other side of the coin. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm sometimes baffled by people that are asking like, how can I unlock my locked up coins early, that don't understand how staking works. But I'm even more baffled by people that actively go to videos that are about a project and then leave comments that are completely wrong. So that don't do their research, but just want to bash a project without doing their research. Because if you've watched some of my videos about Pi Network, you've also seen that already years ago, when there was only very, very limited usage or trading ability, I actually got 2 of the screen mounts, or not screen mounts, but the light mounts that we use for the lights that I currently actually have off, worth $60 to pay with, like I paid 5.5 Pi or 0.5 Pi. So yeah. And then this year I already published 2 videos that provide proof that I used Pi coins to buy 2 games for my Xbox, and showed the places where everyone can buy not just games, but also phones, laptops, drones, everything. Like even get use Pi coins to pay for your vacations and whatnot. And yet there are still people that then run around and just leave comments like that, which is, I think it's a pity, and it's just nonsensical. Because like, let's say, for example, I made a video once about Phonium, and I liked Phonium, and then they started to basically, in quotes, rug pull people by switching tokens again, and eventually rebranding the whole project so they could get rid of their history, yeah. And then I made a video about that rebrand and said, okay, I'm out, that's it. To me, that's just a waste of time, where the developers will never accomplish anything, and they're just like basically milking the cash cow. And after that, I don't see a reason to spend my time with that project anymore. Like, based on the history, based on what happened, and based on my interpretation of the facts, that project's dead to me. It's worthless, and people should stay away. So why would I then go around, for example, and look for people for videos about phone, and then write comments about, oh, it's garbage, it's garbage. It's like, I don't know, like, I mean, like, get out of your mother's basement then and do something with your life, but don't hang out or use the time to watch videos about projects you believe in, so you learn more about them. But yeah. Anyway, moving on, getting there, so a little bit longer today. Been waiting for 2 years now. I don't think that anyone has been waiting for 2 years for the KYZ, but it's theoretically possible if you have a, tentative approval. I made a video, it's called Pi Network KYZ FAQ. I'm gonna share that real quick in the chat as well. So basically, yeah, like if you haven't passed KYC FAQ. If you didn't pass KYC yet, so if it appears to be stuck, if you cannot start it or whatnot, that's the first video to watch, and that will then either already give you the answer or tell you which video has the detailed answer. Then again, Catstar, it's I think the second comment since the last week that asks about the project. Somebody's saying it's a scam. Don't throw out the word scam. I don't know the project, so maybe it is a scam, but if you are on my channel and you call something a scam, then please provide some evidence. So like, it's a scam because the founder, I don't know what his name is, already whatever, like, was convicted of fraud, or it's a scam because they have in-app purchases, or it's a I don't know, like, whatever. Come up with like why you think it's a scam, because people are misusing the word scam so much, and often where things are not a scam, that like, it loses the effect. Anyway, thanks a lot, blah, blah, blah. And here another one, PiCoin's devilishness. So the unrighteous behavior of Nicholas couple, blah, blah, blah. So like somebody just complaining. Honestly, I don't agree with a single point that it's shared here. So that people that watch ads are not treated the same way or are treated the same way than those that are not watching ads. So there should be a benefit for people watching ads. And like a million other things that in my opinion just don't make sense. Like, Pi Network is not it's not a perfect project. The team is not perfect. There are a lot of things that I would would do differently, or that I think could be done better. But at the end of the day, it's a slow-moving project, but it's a consistently moving project. And while it took years, we are at the point where more and more people pass KYC, and with that, more and more people get their coins migrated. Yes, the migration also takes anywhere from a week to half a year, or maybe longer, depending on when the next manual migration will be triggered. But at the end of the day, there are more and more people that also have Pi coins that they can actually use to pay for things. So basically, just like I got Hogwarts Legacy and Elden Ring with Pi coins, so basically just for pushing a button once per day, I got games worth more than $100. And so, I don't know what there would be to complain about. And the same is for, I don't know, countless other people that bought a set, games, phones, laptops already with Pi. So blah, blah, blah. How can we unlock Pi? We already had that. What about B and TimeStop? I think I mentioned that. So like, I'm doing my best to provide updates. Sometimes it takes longer. And I'm still using B Network and TimeStop. My hopes for it are a little lower than they were in the past, but nothing wrong with pushing that button once per day. I'll definitely provide an update down the road. I just have to really get to it, because in both cases there have been a lot of changes. So it's like really, it's like a bigger effort to make a concise video that really summarizes the changes well and gives you the right idea, compared to like if there would be just some small update. Anyway, our Discord again is a great place, because if you join the Discord community, it's also linked as always in the description and so on. Then there you can actually discuss also changes, updates, and progress in those projects without having to wait for a new video from me. I passed KYC. I don't. So future migrations, if we. That part doesn't, or maybe it works in my app as well. So if we go here, should be here, iPhone. So in Pi Network, you have that transferable balance and you have your unverified balance. And so even if you already had a migration, first of all, your unverified balance is basically from your referrals, and even if they passed KYC, it will still show as unverified balance, because that calculation will only happen later. So at a later point, when a certain percentage passed KYC, the team will calculate how much you actually earned from your referrals. Until that will always be shown as unverified balance. And the transferable balance to the mainnet is what you earned so far yourself, without considering any referral bonuses and whatnot. And that will be migrated with the next migration if you pass KYC. You can see for me, it already migrated 2,500 Pi coins. 90% of that is locked up. And so once there's the next migration, that's not an initial migration for users for the first time that passed KYC, then, for example, guaranteed 117 pi will migrate again, and again following the lockup settings. So again, 90% should get locked up if I'm not mistaken. Whereas the rest of my pi balance, so where it says 4 million, I have no idea how much of that I will ever get. Yeah, so this part here, because it depends on how many raffles actually completed and passed KYC. So it could be that I get, and it's like highly unlikely, but it could be that I get 1 million, which I don't expect. It could be that I get, I don't know, 10,000 of that, depending on, again, how many people passed KYC. So yeah, like you just, with migrations, the only thing you have to do is basically wait. Yeah, it sucks because especially when you don't have any Pi coins migrated yet, and you see other people are already like getting games, iPhones, laptops, paying for vacations or whatever, yeah, then it really sucks that you are like, okay, when will I get my Pi coins? But on the other hand, the later you get them, the more use cases there should already be for Pi, which means you should have a broader selection of what you can do with your coins if you don't want to just hold on to them. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. With that, we made it through the comments from last week. And yeah. And with that, we see each other next week. Don't forget, I said later today, there's going to be a new video about high dollar and about like really like what's been going on with the project. I really recommend you check it out. It's quite interesting and took a lot of time to get it right. So to really do right by the users, but also do right by the project. So point out the flaws while also giving credit where credit is due. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of the day and the rest of the week, and then see you all in another video.